prophecy, and they studied it. So Mother Johnson, they knew without the shadow of a doubt that he would one day come. Probably even heard what had happened when they thought he was here as a 2-year-old baby and killed all of the baby boys. They knew. But they wanted to stay in good with the Roman authority. So they thought the Romans' authority was more important than Jesus. So who would we get rid of? Let's get rid of Jesus. But y'all know, come on now, Herbert, you and Ron now. Y'all know during this time, during the Passover at Jerusalem, man, it's going to be a lot of people there. All those people, there's a lot. They're going to be following Jesus.
Can't do it then.
Now, we don't want to do it then. We might cause a riot, insurrection, if we don't try to take him by force with all the people around.
Can't do it then.
We got to be slicker than that.
That's right.
We got to put the word out. Because there was millions of people there. And y'all know a lot of the Jews looked alike. So it would have been hard to identify who Jesus was by the way he looked.
Amen.
So they say, I tell you what, let's find somebody that know him really well.
Amen.
Oh, yeah. Sister June, he had 12 people following him called apostles. If we can get one of them, because I know somebody is money hungry. If we can just entice. Now, you remember, Satan is the one devising this plan. He's using people. That's who's devising it. Because he don't like Jesus himself. He don't want Jesus to bruise his head. He don't want Jesus in authority. So I'm going to help with this plan. Satan told him, oh, there's one over there. His name is Judas. And I'm sure he'll listen to you. Let's go find Judas. That's what they did. They went and found Judas in it. And Judas played right into their hands because remember, he wasn't following Jesus for the right reason anyway.
He wasn't committed.
Some theologians believe that. Judas says, I'm going to double dip. Well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead and sell him out. I'm going to accept this 30 pieces of silver because I really don't believe if he's God that they can kill him. That was his mentality. On some theologians.
Amen. Both sides.
But let's look at this lesson and read the lesson, and we can see the plot to kill Jesus. We can see the expensive oil used to bless Jesus, where it says all gave some Mary, some gave all God. We'll see that. We'll see where the disciples did not understand the blessings. They didn't even know that they would be the ones to be blessed. Because in the Old Testament, he told Abraham, in thy seed shall all the families of the earth be blessed. Through that seed. And except a seed fall to the ground and die, it cannot live again. But if it die, it'll grow up and bring forth much fruit. Some 60, some 90, some 100-fold. So Jesus had to die. That was his destiny. But he knew that God would leave him dead. He knew that. He knew that if he died, just like Abraham knew, if he put that knife off in Isaac. But because in Abraham's heart, his son was already dead. He was already dead. And Jesus knew that God would not allow him to stay dead. That's where he got his power from. That's where he got his strength from. Because he believed in his Father. And he knew the power that his Father had. Even the power that he used to raise Lazarus from the dead, God would use that power to raise him from the dead, wouldn't it? But before he died, he had to be anointed for burial. That was the purpose of the lesson, partially, to anoint his body. But before he died, which was unusual in the customs of the time, turn your books to the Gospel of St. Matthew. That was just a little bit of introduction, and that was for free. Amen. Now, whenever you read the rest of it, when you read the rest of it, make sure you apply it to our everyday life. called to remember. And remember, there is always, as dim as it seems, Mother Johnson, there is always hope in the midst of confusion. Always. Always hope. There was confusion. But Mary knew that there was always hope in the midst of confusion. And people need to understand that today, because we are living in the midst of confusion. Look at the White House. Confusion! Look at Oklahoma City. Huh? Confusion!
Yes, Lord.
But let me tell you all tell someone else that there is hope, Milton, in the midst of all this confusion. I build my hope on nothing less than Jesus Christ and his righteousness. Huh? I mean, come on, that's our hope. The Gospel of Matthew. Let's read that together and stay along with each other as we go through our lesson. Everybody have that? Matthew 26, verses 1 through verse 13. Amen. Always be talking about, see, it's in the scripture. Yes, sir. It's recorded. And you can't take that out of the scripture, Milton. It's going to always be in the scripture for whoever reads the scripture. Amen. But what this woman done. And back then, you know, women were kind of like insignificant. So she couldn't speak out. But she had to show instead of tell. Amen. And it's hard for some people to do that, Ed. Some people want to tell and not show. She was the opposite. She wanted to show. She didn't have to tell. She didn't have to spread the word. I'm going to anoint Jesus with this alabaster box of ointment. And this ointment is very expensive. But I'm going to go ahead and donate it to Jesus. It took me a whole day to earn all of this, but I want to donate it to Jesus. Can y'all give me a pat on the back for what I'm doing? Hello now. No, she didn't do all that, did she? What she did from her soul, from her heart, because of her love and affection and honor that she had for Jesus. It was a sacrifice. The same way Jesus was going to sacrifice, she sacrificed what she had. Remember, that alabaster box may have come from her mother. And she had been keeping it for a long time. But she knew she loved Jesus so much, and she had that discerning spirit. She could feel. Amen. And something just ain't right about this situation. Y'all feel that sometimes. Yeah. Seems like something getting ready to happen. I don't know what it is, but seems like something getting ready to happen. And y'all have that discerning spirit. Out of everybody that was there, Mary, it says she was the only one that had this feeling. And she put her feeling into action to show Jesus how much she loved him and honored him and respected him and cared for him. She went and got her box, didn't she? Amen. And what did she do? She anointed his body for burial. Don't know if she knew it was for burial. All she knew, she was going to anoint him from the top of his head to the sole of his feet. She got down. She humbled herself. She don't give me them feet. Let me dry your feet with my hair. I know I've been to the beauty shop, but I don't care if I mess it up. I'm going to dry Jesus' feet. That's what she did, ain't it? Amen. Got down there and dried his feet. With her hair, June. Can you imagine what people were saying about her? What's wrong with her? There'll be something wrong with her. And even today, Herbert, sometimes we are not willing to sacrifice, even pay our tithes.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
And then whenever we want to give something, I'm going to give the first $100 here. Anybody want to match my 50? I have a problem with that, Ed. If you're going to give something to somebody or do something for somebody sacrificial, you shouldn't have to tell the whole world what you're doing. Need to be some Mary in you somewhere.